Hey everybody, welcome to Living Life Unhitched. This weekend we're staying at Delaware State Park, so stay tuned. We'll show you guys around and give you a review of what we think. Good morning everybody, it's Saturday morning and I'm driving up to the front here. I'm going to show you guys where the dump station and the potable water is, and I'm also going to show you the disc golf course, and they also have putt-putt up here as well that I'm going to show you guys where that's at. So far for last night we got in and kind of just sat around and enjoyed the site. I'll show you guys our site here in a little bit later on in the video, and also later on in the video I'm going to show you guys every site in this park and kind of like what these spots look like. So if you guys are wanting to come here, you guys can kind of know what to expect and what site you guys might want. Driving through here, there's a lot of really good sites and big sites, open sites, shaded spots. Our site is really shaded, so there's definitely a lot of options depending on what you are, how you camp. So I'm going to show you guys around and I'll catch you guys in just a minute. So when you guys first come into this park, you're going to come up, it's kind of about a 2 mile, once you turn on the main road, it's about 2 miles of driving. So once you drive your 2 miles, you get up here, you're going to get up to the front shack here, which is just right there. So when you get to that shack, you'll check in and you'll come right down the road here, and then that's when you'll pop up here at your potable water and dump station here. So we'll get out and I'll show you guys that. So that's your dump station. It's pretty clean. There's 217 sites at this park, and there's only them 2 dump stations and only 1 potable water spigot. So I would just keep that in mind. If you're trying to get it, if you're on the weekends, maybe get here up to the dump station a little earlier or a little later to miss the crowd, because it's going to be pretty jam-packed coming through here on the way out. And then right up here is your potable water spigot, which we used yesterday when we came in. We've not had any issues with our water. It's pretty clean, campground water. So definitely recommend stopping up here, getting your fresh water, and fill up and go to your site. So but yeah, I would just keep in mind only the 2 dumps for 217 spots. I would keep in mind that it's gonna be pretty busy up here, so either maybe dump somewhere else or get up here or get up here early, or come a little bit later, because checkout is 1 p.m. so it's pretty late. So yeah, I would just kind of keep that in mind. Another cool thing about this park that I've not seen at any of the other state parks that we've stayed at is they actually have a tornado shelter here, which is, pretty cool. So I'll show you that real quick. It's, as soon as you come in, it's near the dump station, and it's just this building right here. So it's just a nice big dump station. It's a nice big building, and in case there's an emergency, a tornado coming, or bad weather, they have that there to kind of ease people, and something definitely really different. So yeah, that's kind of cool too. I think a lot more parks should definitely implement that, especially some of the parks just anywhere all over the country. So that's something that if bad weather's coming, at least that you can kind of leave your camper and then you have that to go to. So it's pretty cool. Also, I don't know if you can see me behind me here, but right there there's boat parking. So if you want to bring your boat, there's a reservoir right next door. I've seen people have their jet skis, boats, and all that. So that's definitely really cool too. So if you want to bring your boat, you can park it right up here near the tornado shelter too. So I would keep that in mind as well. There's also a lot of trails that run through Delaware State Park. Just going throughout the campground, you can see there's different signs that say like different hiking trails you can go up and down. So that's another thing to keep in mind, is there's a lot to do, and there's a lot of places where you can go walking. We've seen people running. There's people riding golf carts. So definitely, if you can definitely be outside of this park and with a lot to do. Bring your pets. You know, they have a dog park, so that's really cool too. So yeah, definitely keep that in mind, that there's also some of the spots that you can book, and there are actually hiking trails that run right next to where you're camping. So also keep that in mind if you don't want people coming through your site. And you can also, there's also, I've seen a horse trailer and stuff too, so I would definitely look online. There might be something about where you might be able to ride your horses on some of the trails throughout this park also. So definitely keep that in mind. So right next to the campground, you can come out, and there is an entrance, and you can come down to the Delaware State Beach. And there's playgrounds, there's a shelter house, there's a couple playgrounds actually. And the disc golf course comes right over here as well. Tons of parking. So if you ever just want to have maybe like a family party or birthday party or something like that, this is definitely a good place to come. You can come right over here, and you probably have to rent those shelters out, and I'm sure it probably says on the website. And then they also have a bathroom over here as well. So, and the beach is pretty big, and you can see the boats go by. And there's also an entrance for the boat ramp over here as well, so you can drop your boats in the water and then come over here and park. And there's also a huge dog park over here as well. So definitely really cool to come over here and check out, even if you're not into maybe, you know, boating or anything like that, but you can go walk on the little beach they got and get a little bit of water. So it's really cool. Now that I've kind of showed you guys around down at the end, the front entrance of the park and kind of around the park, I'm going to take you guys up to our campsite, and I'll show you around. We're staying in campsite 12, so I'm going to show you that, and then I'll take you for a spin around the park, show you guys all the sites. And I'm going to try and label all the sites and kind of show you what loop we're in as we're driving through there. I'll kind of speed it up a little bit so it's not slow and boring, but so we're gonna go up to the campsite, check it out, and I'll show you guys around the campground. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey everybody, this is our site here at Delaware State Park in site 12. It's an electric only site. It's pretty big and spacious, and we got a nice view of these woods. This is where we set up our fire pit, and this is kind of where we hung out. And we gotta put that rug down to help with some of the rocks and dirt, but plenty of space up here to park your vehicle in front and to the side. But that's kind of what the site looks like. Like I said, electric only, so that's not too bad of a spot. I think it was about $34 a night for the weekend, and I believe it's like $32 or $30 through the week, so not a bad spot. Like I said, plenty of room to park your car. Not really too much grass around, so if you have pets, but not too bad. Like I said, you can get another car parked about right there, and we have probably a little bit more space in front of the truck too if you kind of park them long ways. So yeah, not too bad of a spot. So that's our spot here at Delaware State Park. Like I said, spot 12. I believe we're in loop A, so yeah, not too bad of a spot. All right guys, so we're gonna, now that we've taken a look at kind of where our spot looks like, I'm gonna hop in the truck here, hook you guys up to the back, and drive around and see what the other spots look like, and see if you guys would be interested in coming here and kind of hanging out. Like I said, it's a pretty good campground, so let's hop in the truck, let's go look around at the spots, and then I'll give you my review of what I think about this campground. Hey everybody, we're getting ready to hitch up and get out of here for the weekend. But first I wanted to go over some of our favorite sites that we saw on the tour of the park. These are some of the spots that we'd probably book if we came to stay here again. So I'm gonna go over those sites real quick. In Loop C, we really enjoyed the looks of what 128 could provide because you had access to the reservoir, which is, I mean, it looked beautiful. So we'd probably book there again. The site looked really spacious. We would probably book spots 197 and 198 in Loop D, just because of how spacious they looked and the long sites and just the grassy in the grass area and how just it's private because it's in the back of that loop. In spot B, we would probably stay in spots 80 or 88. Also 57 or 56, just because of how private they are and just the spacious spots are back there, and there's not really too many other spots back there. And then in Loop A, we stayed in spot 12, which we really enjoyed. Like I said, we showed you guys that and kind of how big the spots are over here. It's pretty quiet over here as well, so that's another thing we enjoyed. We also would stay in sites 7 and 8. So those are kind of some of our favorite sites that we saw as we went through the park, and sites that we would probably book if we came back here again. So now I'm going to go over some of the pros of this park. Some of the pros are it's a very big park. There's 217 sites. It's very quiet. We came here and they were doing lots of activities with the kids. Couldn't really hear any kids. I don't know if that was just because of the loop that we were in, but it was very quiet at night. All you heard was just the bugs in the woods. We never really had any issues with any other, like the people around. The spots were clean. We were electric only, so we didn't have any issues with the breaker box or the, the electric. No issues with that. The shower houses, the bathhouse look clean. They look kind of like they were upgraded in the last few years. It's family restrooms, so if you have to go in with, smaller kids, there's a shower, toilet, all in one bathroom, so that's really nice as well. Also, they're all handicap accessible, at least the ones in our spot were. There was seats in the showers and railing on the walls as well. There are some really nice ADA sites. I believe there are, let me look here, sites 80, 89, 90, and 100 are all ADA accessible. All those look like they are in Loop B as well. Yeah, all of those are in sites or in Loop B. So that's something to keep in mind as well if you need to worry about those types of things. This park is definitely really nice. Those spots are awesome. They are paved. They have really nice fire pits on the concrete, so that's also really nice. But as far as pros, I mean, this place is awesome. I mean, it's probably one of our top 5 favorite state parks in Ohio to stay at. So, I mean, we definitely would come back here again. But saying that, there also are some cons of this place. Some of the cons are the raccoons are really bad here. This place is known for their raccoons. We personally didn't have any issues. One night I came out to let one of our dogs out. I shined the flashlight in the woods right behind our site, and there was a raccoon back there, but he didn't bother any of our stuff. Just lock your food up, put it inside, lock your trucks and cars up, things like that. Just keep trash out, throw the trash away, close the lid. Simple as that. They won't bug you. So, we didn't have any issues with that. They're in our spot 12, so we're in Loop A. Some of the issues we had was with the railroad, I think it's like right outside the park. So there was a train that came through a couple times, but as far as like waking us up in the middle of the night, we never had any issues with that. So as much as it's a con, it's also a pro. Like, you don't hear it too much. So the mosquitoes are pretty bad here, but you are in the woods, so just keep that in mind. Bring lots of bug spray. Yeah, but other than that, there's nothing else that I can think of con-wise. This place is pretty awesome. Like I said, top 5 park for us. We'll probably come back again for sure because it's not too far from home, like 40 minutes from Columbus, just north of Columbus. There's some other state parks up here as well that we're going to be checking out here soon. But yeah, so I'm going to hitch up and get on out of here. One more con is there's not really any cell service in this park, which, give or take, we didn't bring our Wi-Fi box, so we're not sure if T-Mobile worked or not. We don't have Starlink. Starlink would probably work in some parts of this park. I would just keep your, I would satellite map the park before you come to kind of see what spots you might be interested in, to see if Starlink would work. I know in our loop, is Loop A, where sites 11 through 20. Yeah, 11 through 20. Sites 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 are all kind of in the sun. You could probably, I mean, there's shade back there, but you could easily put Starlink up at the front of your camper and it's probably going to get it. So I think all the roundabouts and all the loops are pretty much going to give you that access for that Starlink, but don't hold me to it. Again, we don't have it. We have T-Mobile box, and so far we didn't bring that here, so we're not sure if it works or not. But outside of that, Verizon, you're not getting an ounce of service. Maybe every once in a while something will come through, but not too much. But you know, that's camping, so we kind of just enjoyed the outdoors, kind of walked around, enjoyed the park, and like I said, we'd probably come back here again. So drop your comments below if you've ever been to this park before, and if you have been to this park, what site did you stay in? If you've never been here before, what site would interest you when when you're booking, when you were looking around, what kind of sites would you be interested in? So yeah, we're gonna hitch up and get on out of here. We're gonna head back home. If you guys like this video, please make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, comment if you guys have ever been here before. I'm kind of interested to kind of see what sites you guys stayed on, if your guys' experience was the same as ours. So like I said, drop a comment, subscribe, and if you want to get notified about my next video that drops on Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, hit that bell notification to notify you, and we'll see you guys in the next video. See you guys.